Hello everybody, today is going to be a longer video that I'm going to be talking a little bit of a different topic than I usually talk about. So instead of regular books, I'm going to be talking about notebooks today. And I'm someone who really enjoys writing, whether that just be writing for myself, writing poetry, or writing just fiction or nonfiction, just anything. I really enjoy writing. But before I get into the notebook portion of this video, just a quick reading update. I finished Trace by Roberto Bolaño. I am going to hold off on making a longer video until the end of the month, where I'll talk about all of the books I finished in this month. So keep an eye out for that one. And then another book that I'm still making my way through is The Magus by John Fowles. And I think since last update, I'm like another 60 pages or so. So I've been trying. This book has been slower. It's been slowing down. And it's very dense with a lot of twists so far that I didn't really, I guess, see coming. So I'm getting through that. I'm going to try to read like another 40-50 pages today at least, as I want to get through that book, and I've been enjoying it. I want to see what happens from where I'm at right now. Anyways, that's it for the reading update. Now I'm going to get into the notebook portion of this video. So this is just basically going to be a video where I talk about what notebooks I use, how I use those notebooks for different things. And yeah, I guess I'll just get right into it. So first off, we've got these little notebooks here. And these ones, and I've got one that I'm actually currently using right here. So these ones were finished notebooks. I marked one of them with the date of when I finished it, but I haven't marked the rest of them yet. Anyways, these little notebooks are basically just random things in here that I want to remember from from the day, or if it's just something I need to write down. It's usually something I carry, which is why they're pretty beat up. Like you can look at, this one is the oldest one I have. This one was really beat up. This is the first one I actually used when I started doing this. And this is a very fun thing to do. It gives me something to look at that isn't my phone, that's in my pocket, so it's easily accessible. I still carry my phone everywhere, but I still find myself using my phone more than my notebook. However, it does take away some of that phone screen time, which is something I overuse. I overuse my phone like almost every day, so it's nice to have something else in my pocket to just do. And also, if I see like some observation or something interesting that I want to write down, I have that available to me to be able to write it down without having to go on my phone notes app. Though sometimes I will forget my notebook and I will have to use the notes app, but I do find it more, useful, I guess, to have it handwritten, just because that's how I like to write things. So, I don't know. Let me know if you carry something like that around with you. Anyways, my next notebook, I guess, is going to be this little diary book I got. And I actually got this from Daiso. And this book I use to write little fictional diaries. So they're not going to be like diary entries that are of my own life, even though they could have some, like, obviously fiction could build from your own life, but they're fictional, usually completely different stories that I write in every day. I have been falling behind a little bit on this. I was doing it every day for like 3 months straight, pretty much, and then I kind of fell off the wagon, and I do it more patchy. Like I think the last one I did now was January 11th. So I'm behind on this one. Today's January 20th. However, I don't I still will keep those dates locked in here, and I'll go back and fill them in. I think as long as I'm writing, it's good enough for me. So I will be filling those dates back in, but I try to do this every day, every night, or just whenever I'm feeling up for it. Um, but I haven't been in like a fiction writing mood recently. I don't know if you guys get in moods for writing, so I haven't done too much in here recently. But I plan to get back on the wagon with this probably today. Do some writing, even if I'm not in the mood. I wanna get into that writing. This is a new notebook I just got. It's one of these like old, I mean not old, but like homemade, recycled like leather notebooks. And the first couple pages in here I had poetry, but then I'll skip ahead. Perhaps I can show you. So this is like I don't know if you can read in my handwriting, but it's basically a nature journal where things that I'm remembering from last summer or spring, that I'm interested in. I'm writing facts about those. So like I did a large milkweed beetle, bug entry as one of them. Another one I did was the white oak tree. And these are just like things that I'm interacting with on a daily basis that come from nature. I'm gonna write facts about them. Like I did literally a squirrel because that's something I saw the other day, and I write facts about them. And just a way to, it's just a way of learning about nature. So it's been a fun little project, and I like this little notebook for it. It's green. It's like old type. I don't know why I keep saying old, but like worn, like leather bound. I really like that idea I'm doing. Next is kind of a boring one. This is kind of just a multi-purpose notebook. I use this one for pretty much any writing, fiction, nonfiction, poetry. It's mainly turned into a poetry notebook recently because that's been mostly what I've been writing. However, there is starts of fiction stories, starts of nonfiction in here and stuff. So definitely is a fun. This is more of like just like the basic, you grab a notebook and start writing type thing. So I always have one of those on hand just so that if I have like something I want to write, I can just grab one that I'm familiar with. I'm about to finish this one actually. I have literally 2 pages left in this notebook, so I almost filled this whole thing up. 2 pages left in here, and then I'm done with that one. Next is a new idea I've been doing, and my brother got me these little poetry pharmacy things from, I think they're from London. So I don't know if you guys know what these come from. These were cool. They're like little writing, like quotes from poets, that I like to prescribe you something. So this one's like carpe diem. Another one my brother got me is writer's block, which I've opened a lot of these capsules up. There's only a few left, but these have been fun to use. And I've been pasting like those those like capsule quotes into here, and then I'm writing something from memory, like something that like from my life that I want to remember. And then also, so this goes poetry little capsule thing, then and then I write a little poem, and then I write something from my life that I want to remember, either that's from like a really long time ago or just maybe even like the past week, something I want to remember. Or I'm taking things, which I guess I could show you perhaps. Or I'm taking things like this literally is a plant. Like while I was taking a walk, it's a dead plant of some kind. I didn't identify it, but I taped that in there, and then I did a little writing about the walk that I had, and then there's just like a little memento in there to remind me of that day. So it's just like little things like that. It's not supposed to be super serious writing. It's supposed to just be something to take my mind off of whatever's going on, mind off my life, state of the world, things like that. And that's been a fun little project I started. And yeah, so next we've got a reading journal. So this is actually eventually this is a reading journal that I got as a gift, which I'll show you the inside of it is like, it's like set up. And I kind of edit these boxes a little bit myself because I don't use all like actions and like main take. I mean, not main take, thoughts. Like I'll like change these two up sometimes and write something else in there about what I'm reading. So far I only have entries for, let me tell you the books I have entries for so far. I've got Something Wicked This Way Comes by Ray Bradbury, The Discomfort Zone by Jonathan Franzen, The Eternal Dice by Cesar Vallejo, Cowboy Graves by Roberto Bolaño, Hamlet, and then Gold by Rumi. So I don't have, oh, and also I need to add, I just started the entry for Lorene Niedeker's collected works, which was super interesting of a book. It covered a lot of things because it's a collected works. It's like almost the entire life's work in one collection, so it was a lot to do there. I usually just write some quotes in there, which I guess I could show you the quotes. Maybe I'll read you a quote from one of these. Read a quote from Ray Bradbury's Something Wicked This Way Comes. So here's the quotes here. These are all quotes that I wrote down. One of the quotes I will read. Since now learn otherwise. Sometimes the man who looks happiest in town with the biggest smile is the one carrying the biggest load of sin. So that's one of the quotes I wrote down, and it's just a good way to remember things that stuff I enjoyed from each of these books. And I think everyone should have a reading journal of some kind, whether it be like some already made for you reading journal or if you make your own. It doesn't have to be too serious. I think it's just a good way to help you remember what you read, help you converse with a text, especially if you don't have like a community to converse with. Just conversing with yourself on the page is a good way to understand that book more. Finally, this is the last notebook I have, and it is this giant one I got as a gift for Christmas actually this year. And I mainly just use this for ideas, essay ideas, Substack writing, stuff like that. I try to just keep it as an idea book, which is a giant book for just ideas, so I might use it for multiple things. However, right now it's mainly just for ideas, as I haven't come up with something else to use, and it also has ideas for my videos in here, so it's just a way for me to keep track of stuff. And also, it's huge, so I won't lose it somewhere. And this is probably just going to be something that chills out in my house, so I don't have to... I won't bring that with me places, so I think it's good for like an idea book. Keep all the ideas centralized in one location. It's probably a good way to go to have my ideas. Anyways, that's it for me in this video. If you liked this video, like, subscribe, comment. Anyways, one other thing I want to talk about before I fully leave, I guess, is the next poetry collection I'm planning to read, which is Carlos Lara's Like Bismuth When I Enter. So this book I picked up a long time ago, and it's very weird to read. Like, let me show an example. This is like a poem that is like 50 pages or something, and it's like very dense. And I believe this guy he literally quotes Pynchon in one of these poems. So this book is from Nightboat, the publisher Nightboat, and I believe it won an award. Yeah, winner of the Nightboat Poetry Prize. So this is a book I plan to read. So I always, like I said in other videos, I always read a fiction, nonfiction, and a poetry collection at the same time. Sometimes I'll read 2 fiction books at the same time if one of them is really long. So this will be, since I finished Trace, which is a poetry collection, I will be reading this next. And yeah, now that's it for me. Thanks for watching. If you like these types of videos, let me know in the comments. If you want me to just stick to book content, let me know in the comments. Take care and thanks for watching.